So now we're going to get into our phrases in our first position. We got 5 phrases to go through. And here's our first phrase. Okay, I'm going to use some hammers. Let me talk to you about how to do this. So you're going to take your first finger and you're going to put it on the 12th fret, 5th string. Okay? Make sure to read the tabs. You can, if you haven't downloaded the tabs already, please do so and print them out, put them right in front of you. It's going to be another learning tool other than just this video. Okay? So starting with your first finger on the 12th fret, 5th string, play that note. Remember, you want some nice distortion in your amp, just like me. And then you're going to hammer on the 3rd finger to the 5th string, 14th fret. Next, you're going to go down a string and play the 1st finger on the 12th fret, 4th string, and hammer on. And then you're going to put the 1st finger on the 12th fret, 3rd string. So I'm just letting that ring out. Notice that clean hammer on. That's the phrase. I'm going to show it to you in context with the song. That's the vibe, okay? Notice I'm putting some vibrato on the last note. Again, you don't have to do that. I'm doing it, and that's what I'm doing in case you're wondering what I'm doing. But don't feel any pressure to do that, especially if you don't know how to do vibrato, okay? I want you to go ahead and practice that for, it could be a few minutes, it could be a few days. It just depends on your level. But whatever you do, make sure you memorize it and you can do it cold. And then we're going to go into the next lesson where you repeat after me. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you to repeat after me. I'm going to play this groove and I'm going to leave some space in the groove and I'm going to let you just jump in and play to the track with me. Okay, and well, not with me, but after me. Okay, so let's try it. Here we go. Okay, hopefully you're having fun with that. Please, like I said in the beginning, move through this course slowly. Take your time. Make sure that you're totally comfortable with each phrase or each scale or each finger pattern before you move forward. Every idea builds on itself. The phrases toward the end of the course are much harder than the phrases at the beginning of the course. So if you skip around, you may not progress in the way that it was intended and you may not get the desired result. So pace yourself. Okay, when you're ready, I'll see you over at the next phrase. So now we're at phrase 2 of position 1, okay? And it's gonna go like this. Watch me again. Yet again, I'm using a phrase with some nice hammering in there, watch. So jumping right in, you're going to take your 3rd finger and put it on the 14th fret, 5th string, okay? And then take your 1st finger and put it on the 12th fret, 4th string. And then hammer that with your 3rd finger onto the 14th fret, 4th string. So it's... And then you're going to hammer your first finger, you're going to play that 12th fret 3rd string and immediately play it and hammer onto the 14th fret 3rd string. So it's, and then come back to that 12th fret 3rd string and let it ring out. So it's, notice there's 2 different hammers with 2 different timings. The first hammer is a little longer, okay, kind of like what we practiced in the beginning. And then this hammer, it's a little quicker. So it's going to go. That second hammer is, the timing is a little bit quicker. It would be cool if you can get that. If you can't get it, it's okay. But it would be cool if you can get it. So it's. Okay. By the way, work hard to learn these phrases, okay? But remember, these phrases are just a suggestion. The goal is to get you to be able to play the phrases and then be able to change them up and manipulate them in any way you see fit and build them into your personal improvising vocabulary. So that being said, try to work diligently to learn it exactly the way I do it. But if you want to do a little something different, or if you can't get it perfect and you really tried, don't beat yourself up. You can move forward and just adapt to whatever it is that you end up doing. And remember, if you need extra help, hit me up on Skype. Okay? So without further ado, I'm going to play this to the track, and then I'm going to leave you some time to play it back and forth, a repeat after me section. Okay, and once again, just going over what we talked about earlier in the introduction, make sure you're playing with the track, okay? You don't want to play these exercises, these phrases, or these scales in isolation. You may be tempted to do so, but take the time to work with the track. It's really going to help you learning context. A lot of players, by the way, that have tried to learn lead guitar and got stuck, later when I asked them a bunch of questions, it got exposed that they were always just playing by themselves, and that defeats the purpose. You're going to play to the track, okay? Sorry if I overemphasize it, but some people needed that, okay? So now we're going to do a repeat after me section. I'm going to play it with the track, and I'm going to leave you time to repeat after me. Again, make sure your guitar is in tune, and here we go. Okay, that's where we're at so far. Now in our phrasing, we've done 2 out of the 5. Keep practicing every day, by the way. Keep practicing your whole scale, you know. Keep randomizing notes. Keep using all your techniques I'm showing you. And then on top of all that, you can start to incorporate these phrases that I'm showing you, like, and you can start to work that in. So please don't practice just one thing in isolation and then never revisit the old stuff. This course is designed that you're constantly working on everything all the time. That's the only way to get this fluid vocabulary where you can improvise in the whole scale. So keep in mind, that's what we're going for here. So you should be improvising constantly every day, moving forward, making your own ideas, and then adding in to those ideas my ideas. That's how you're gonna sound at the best you can possibly sound. Okay, when you're ready, I'll see you at the next lesson. All right, so now we're at phrase 3 in our first position of the E minor pentatonic. Okay, so what that is it's gonna look like this. This is cool. This is our first implementation of a choke. Watch again. Okay, make sure to reference your tabs. Make sure you check that out, print them out. But it's going to be, we're choking on the 14th fret 3rd string. Remember to support that 3rd finger with the 2nd finger and the 1st finger. Notice I do that as well. So it's going to be, I'm going to choke that note up. I'll play that 3rd string up, and then I'm going to bring it down. And land that 1st finger on the 12th fret 3rd string. So it's, and then land that 3rd finger on the 14th fret 4th string. So it's, just letting that last note ring out for effect. When you're choking, make sure you bend 2 frets up. It should be this pitch. That's your starting pitch. And then you're going up to your destination. That's your destination. Okay, let me play it in context with the song. Here we go, you ready? Notice how mournful and soulful and bluesy this sounds. So if you want to sound bluesy and instead you always sounded cute, and you might, this is the fix, okay? You might wonder what makes it sound cute when you want it to sound mean. Well, a lot of times if you just play the pentatonic scale as is, it's kind of cute. It's even kind of Chinese. Okay. But if you play it with choking, all of a sudden you bring in some soul or some attitude. So if that's been the situation with you, that's your fix. And by the way, a lot of beginners go through that. So a lot of beginners want to sound more soulful and they want to get away from that cute sound. And this is the first step, okay? Okay, so what we're gonna do is repeat after me. So make sure you learn the phrase, memorize it, even learn to play with your eyes closed if you have to. Anything, any kind of trick will work to get you to memorize it. But now we're gonna play it together. Repeat after me, here we go. Okay, so I hope you're enjoying this process so far. I'm teaching you some phrases. Again, you should be coming up with your own phrases. These are just my phrases that I'm helping you get the ball rolling to kickstart the implementation of some of these techniques. By the way, you also want to practice playing the phrases together. So you can play phrase 1, then phrase 2, then phrase 3, or phrase 2, then phrase 3, then phrase 1. Whatever kind of mixture you want. Later in this course, I'm going to show you how to mix them up, and I'm going to be playing that for you as well, but feel free to start the process now. And also, just a quick comment on this technique I'm using. It's called a rake. You may have noticed I'm actually doing a lot of this, like playing all the strings down as a rake. If you can't do that, don't let it distract you. No, I'm not going to be teaching that right now. It's actually a pretty advanced technique. And I kind of deliberated whether I should play with it or without it, but I decided to leave it in because it is the way I play the guitar. I play with a lot of rakes, I play with vibrato, and hopefully it won't distract you. If anything, it'll motivate you to maybe want to take a look at that later. If you want to hit me up on Skype, we can talk about how to do it. It's a little more advanced, so I left it out of this particular course. I do plan to teach it in future courses, but in case you're wondering, that's what you're hearing me do, and you don't have to do that. So instead of raking a note, you can play it just like this. And it's essentially the same exact note, okay? So hopefully that you won't let that distract you. Okay, memorize this phrase, and when you're ready, I'll see you over at the next lesson. Okay, so now we're at phrase 4 in position 1 of the pentatonic. Okay, check it out. Let me play it for you. It's pretty cool. Here it is. Okay. Notice we have 2 chokes in this one, and a little bit more is going on. We're going to get into it. But before I talk about it, I just want to comment, you know, a lot of times when I'm talking to guitar students that are learning this process of beginner lead guitar, they want to sound cool. They want to have authority. They want to sound, you know, badass. They want that it factor in their playing. And if that's you, I empathize with you, and that's why I'm showing you these phrases. And these phrases are going to challenge you to the core if you're new at this stuff, and I encourage you to really practice them solidly until you can start to have the kind of authority that I'm demonstrating. Okay, keep in mind, I have to balance that statement. At the time of this recording, I've been playing now for 32 years, and all 32 years show in every single thing I play. And so I have all that authority and all that many years or decades built up in my playing. I'm not saying that to discourage you, but to just be real about comparing yourself to me. But I am asking that you do your best to try to sound like me. I want you to sound amazing, okay? So let's get into it. How do you play this phrase? Starting with the 14th fret 3rd string, we're going to put a 3rd finger on the 14th fret 3rd string, and we're going to bend that note. We already talked about how to bend a note, so I expect at least 2, if not 3 fingers on the same string on that 3rd string with your thumb wrapped over. Now it's going to get interesting. I'm going to bend that note, and then I'm going to lay down my 1st finger as a bar on the first 2 strings, strings 2 and 1. And I'm going to play them. So it's going to go 3, 2, 1. 3rd string, 2nd string, 1st string, with a choke on the 14th fret 3rd string. And then a bar on the 12th fret 2nd and 1st string. So it's... Okay, the tab should reflect that, but here it is. And then lastly, I'm going to take my 3rd finger and choke the 15th fret 2nd string up a whole step. Noticing that furious vibrato right there. Okay, pretty deep stuff. Okay, so that's how you do it. If you can get the phrase but you can't get the vibrato, just be content with that. Vibrato could take you several months to really get that level of authority, but start with just the phrase. Here's the phrase with no vibrato, just for your reference. That's good too, okay? Okay, so now I'm gonna play it in context to the song. Good stuff, right? Work with that, memorize it, get comfortable with it, play it over and over and over. Next lesson, I'm going to play it as a repeat after me section. So this is going to be your working exercise. I'll see you over there. All right, so we're jamming now. By the way, don't be discouraged at how hard these phrases are. I want you to know that I've cherry-picked these phrases that I'm teaching you in this course from my actual playing. These are my favorite phrases, and these phrases are going to make you sound cool, okay? So do the hard work and get used to using them up and down the neck, because the end result is you're going to sound cool. Okay, which I know you want. Okay, so like I keep saying, don't rush it. Take your time. When you're ready, I'll see you at the next lesson. So now we're at phrase number 5 in the first position of the pentatonic, and it's right here. Okay, we're getting in depth right away with our choking. Okay. The reason I delve into choking right off the bat in this course is it is so important to sound good at choking if you're going to sound good at playing lead guitar. You just cannot avoid that, okay? Choking is what makes the guitar unique over other instruments like the piano or the trumpet or the xylophone. You can actually bend these notes. Make sure you got some nice juicy distortion going, and we're going to start with the 3rd finger on the 15th fret 1st string, and we're going to choke it up. Then you're going to bring it down and play that note, that exact same note, but just bring it down and play that. So I'm choking the 15th fret 1st string up, and then I'm going to bring it down and play that same 15th fret 1st string as down. So it's like this. 2 notes, okay? And then I'm going to play the 12th fret 1st string like this. So you're going to have... One more time. Again. That tends to be a struggle for a lot of beginners. You got to really squeeze. If you're getting that string to escape and you're not letting it ring, you got to really squeeze that note, okay? If you can't squeeze that note, you got to squeeze harder. Okay, so you may want to implement the second or first finger and squeeze it with everybody. If it's still not working for you, get lighter strings. By the way, as a beginner lead guitarist, you should probably be playing 9s, maybe 10s. I don't recommend you go any harder than that at the moment. Okay, as you progress and get better and better at lead, you could go to 11s or 12s if that tickles your fancy. But as a beginner, you want lighter strings so you have the freedom and the mobility to move in the ways that I'm teaching you without being limited by the physical strength required to play. Okay, so let me play it with the song. Check it out. Okay, so next what we're going to do is a repeat after me section where I'm going to play and I'm going to leave you some time to repeat after me. Here it goes.